don't work like that. I just bounce back from the heartbreak when we fell apart.
Oh, welcome back everyone, it's Action Pets 11 today, and I have my first upload of a Wi-Fi battle against Edmond. So he's going to open up with his Lucario, and I'm going to send out my Forges. He's going to go for his Mega Evolution right away, and get his Mega Lucario out there. And he's going to open up with a Close Combat, which I wasn't really looking forward to, because I didn't expect it to do that much damage, because I was going to set up a Wish attack first. So I used Wish, which isn't going to work out for me. So, that wasn't good, but I knew he was going to defeat it anyways. My Forges faints, and I'm hoping that my Wish can at least help out my next Pokemon. So on my Forges faints, I decided to send out my Ninetales. And with my Ninetales, its ability is Drought, which that's what I really like about it. He's going to go for a Close Combat and just wipe out my Ninetales. And this battle didn't start out in my favor. But then it hit me. To turn the battle around, I send out my Ghost-type Dusclops. And with that, his Close Combats aren't going to affect me. And then I remember that I taught my Dusclop Fire Punch. And along with the Drought, I figured it would completely knock his Lucario out, but it hangs on with a sliver of health. And it's going to happen like 2 or 3 other times in this battle. So I get rid of his Mega Evolution, Lucario right away. And then he sends out his Genesect, which wasn't that great of a choice. Its download increased its attack, but his Techno Blast didn't affect my Dusclops either, and I use another Fire Punch. And he hangs on with a sliver of health again. And then this time he uses an attack that actually affects me, Signal Beam. Although it wasn't that great of an effective attack, so I just used a Psychic to save more Fire Punches in case I ran into trouble down the way. And I make his second Pokemon faint, especially a Legendary, which is really good. The Drought faded away, and that didn't really help me. But then he sent out his Charizard, so I was actually quite relieved. That Inferno probably would have done more damage if I still had my Drought up. Unfortunately, Dusclops gets burned, but I do get the Confuse Ray on his Charizard. Confusion never really goes into my favor. If I'm confused, I always hit myself, and if I confuse the enemy, they never hit themselves. But this time, it helped me this match, and I got to get out and attack. I used Psychic, which I thought would do more damage, and this is all it did with a critical hit, and I probably should have used Nightshade instead, because that would have done 50 damage. But he snaps out of confusion after 1 turn, and my Dusclops faints. Although Dusclops really changed this battle for me, so he did a good job. Then I sent out my Feraligatr. And he's going to use Fly, which I actually didn't count on him using, so I was going to go for a Surf. But I knew he'd come down next turn because his speed is faster than mine, so I just decided to use Surf again. And I definitely did a lot of damage to him. I thought he was going to hang out with a sliver of health like his Genesect and Lucario did. But no, he sends out his Wartortle next, which wasn't the greatest Pokemon to have in this party. So I open up. I use a Sword Stance to increase my attack. And he's going to use a Waterfall, which I knew wouldn't do a lot of damage, so I decided on going for a second Waterfall attack. Not Waterfall, Jesus Christ, I can't talk. Another Sword Stance attack. And he's going to use Protect, thinking I was going to attack, but I didn't. I wanted to power up my attack one more time. And then the next turn, he withdraws his Wartortle just as I'm about to use Slash. So his Tyrantrum is out there, and I used Slash, and a critical hit with my Slash kind of helped, so I used a Surf, knowing that it's part Rock or is it part Ground type. He uses an Earthquake, but that Earthquake isn't going to take out my Feraligatr, and I use one more Surf and take out his Tyrantrum. So his Tarantula goes down, and then he decides to send out his Fiane. And I'm going to use a slash and do quite a bit of damage on his Fiane. He hopes to get me with a supersonic, but it doesn't work for him, and I use the slash one more time and take out his Fiane. And then he has no choice but to send out his final Pokemon, his Wartortle, a second time. I used Swords Dance one more time, expecting him to use Protect, but he didn't. He just used Surf. And then I used Slash one more time, and I just dominated that battle. So thank you guys for watching, and I defeated Edmond. And I didn't even have to use my Vanilluxe or Metatype. No, Metacham? I can't even remember some names. Metacham, I think it was. I was going to Mega Evolve my Metacham, but I didn't have to. And if my Feraligatr fainted on his Fiane, I could have used Freeze Dry, which would have been a great attack. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.